Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Series on the PS5. Tonight it's time for round 10. We're heading to the forests of Austria for Spielberg, the Austrian Grand Prix. So here we are then, all prepped and ready for round 10. Coming off the back of another point. We actually were able to show some decent pace in the last race, and we have, more importantly, got the engine penalty out of the way for Tsunoda. So touch wood, we can maybe do something with him in this Grand Prix. I may still yet take more penalties today, just to get the ERS penalties out of the way for these two. I don't know yet. Undecided on that one. I may wait until we do a race where we've actually got a chance to do another position gain, because you can't do those on sprint weekends. Let's see, I think all of our parts are kind of prepped and done. I want to have a quick look at the difference between Lawson and De Vries. They are getting quite close in overall rating. You can see that Lawson has more pace. And, oh wow, look at the difference in control rating. No wonder De Vries is so bad. Look at his control, it's only 51. What happened there? I could have sworn that was higher than that. Yeah. Smoothness is bad. Adaptability is not too far off. Overtaking and defending are much worse. Accuracy is only slightly worse, but that improvement in control, as well as the increase in pace stats, that speaks volumes. I think De Vries' time has come. What are we working on with Lawson at the moment? Are we still working on... we're looking on long run pace, so we're working on smoothness, adaptability, reactions. Alright. We'll see how De Vries does in this race. This might be his last race. I may promote Lawson after this going into Silverstone. Right, let me check parts. I think we've got all of our parts in place. Looks like it. Just make sure they're both running at the most up-to-date spec. Yep. Okay, all good there. Let's see where we stand on the grids. A little better. Looks as though we have taken another little knock since Canada, but generally looking pretty okay. Let's set some targets for tonight. So the incentive is to get both cars into Q2. That I think we should easily be able to do. Quality position will go 2 in the top 15. I don't think we've got Q3 pace. Incentive is the fastest lap. We're going to go for a finish position of both in the top 15. Again, we're just playing it safe. A little bit less money, but a bigger likelihood to get that money is where we need to be right now. We are starting a new finish streak, which is 2 in the top 15 for 2 races. Be nice to keep that going. And if we can get 1 car in the top 15 tonight, we come out with an extra 1.1 mil. Much needed money. Right, targets are set. Let's head to a very soggy Austria.
Welcome along to the spectacular setting of Austria. The hills are alive with the roar of F1 cars as we arrive in Spielberg's stunning natural surroundings. Fans have already filled the nearby campsites, and it's going to be a busy weekend here at the Red Bull Ring. The Red Bull Ring is one hungry beast of a power track, Drivers face a steep climb up to turn 3 and a fast ride downhill through wide corners and straights thereafter. There's plenty of opportunity to overtake here, especially with the help of 3 DRS zones.
This weekend will be taking a slightly different form, as we have the addition of a thrilling sprint race thrown into the mix.
Let's get this underway.
So hello to everyone in chat. We've got Patkins, Mr. Watter, Baron, Farah. It's good to see you guys. How you doing? Hello to everyone else who hasn't said anything as well. Let's see. I am going to... Oh no, it's a sprint weekend. I can't. I was going to do a straight comparison between De Vries and Lawson, but we can't. It is a sprint. So we need both our drivers in right from the very beginning. Right. Let's see. I'm going to go with a 5.5, a 13, a 1.9, 3.05 and a 0.9. Let's swap over the parts. There we go, and it is 23 laps for a run around the Red Bull Ring, but of course we'll be bringing them in early if we do not nail the setup immediately. Okay, and we're going to go with medium tyres. As for Sonoda, let's again swap out those new parts. Go. Right, setup. We'll go a little bit different. We'll go a 5, a 13.5, a 2.8, a 2.95, and a 0.25. Again, we're going to go 23 laps. And let's change his tyres over as well. There we go. And let's send him onto the track.
Green light. Radio check.
Yeah, what okay.
Loud and clear, you get.
Radio check, radio check.
Radio check loud and clear.
Yeah, copy same. Work on your PU cooling.
Copy that.
There was a cat called Jimbo. Wonder if the owners are fans. I think you should call it Hammy.
Advise me what you want me to do with tires. Tires on the low side.
Alright, feedback incoming. Ah, stop bitching about your tyres. There we go, 91% for Yuki. That's not bad. And 78 for De Vries. That's not good.
Copy.
Pit lane 3.
Right, small changes needed here, and it's the roll bar, so let's go to a 1.9. Because all of my setups bar 1, or, no sorry, bar 2 are 1.9s, so we'll go with that. And let's see. I've got a 5, 13.5, 1.9, 3.25. And a 0.95. Well, it's not that one. I've got one with a 0.9 as well. It's not that one either. Alright, so we are winging this one. Go with that. See if that does the job. Big changes needed here, so we need to up the rear wing. Let's see. Let's drop that down to a 5. Let's go with a 3.25 and a 0.9. No, that's not going to work. Let's go with a 3.05 and a 0.9. Leave that as a 5.5. That's not going to work. Looks like we're winging this one as well. Let's try that. I wonder if these are going to end up on the same setup. That's not something that happens very often.
What's the issue?
Step by.
What's happened there?
Okay, checking.
Evening, Rossi. Feedback is incoming. once these two stop complaining about their tyres.
What do you think?
Alright, 92, that's an improvement for De Vries, but it's still not where it needs to be. We'll call him in, see if we can make some more changes. Alright, and feedback, and it's 87. Oh, we've gone the wrong way. Let's call him in as well. Alright, it does not like that. It's going to have to be a 2.8 then. Surely not. No, let's go back to a 1.9, but let's play about with... That's not going to work either. It's got to be a 2.8. Go with that. I don't think that's going to be it, but I was still off there as well. He's kicking my backside tonight. I just don't see what this could be. That's about the only other thing I can think of. I'm not going to get full feedback on this run. We're barely going to get 2 feedback, but it might help. I don't know, we could be going in with seriously underprepared cars here. isn't great.
Let's check a flag.
Alright, let's see how we got on.
And the race weekend continues. Here we are now at qualifying.
Just like normal qualifying, the session this weekend will be divided into Q1, Q2 and Q3, with the best times determining the grid for the sprint.
Karun, there's Yuki Tsunoda. How would you describe things for him at the moment?
From what we've been seeing, their confidence is lacking at the moment, and that could end up really hurting their qualifying chances today.
Strap yourselves in. This is Formula One.
Right. Let's have a look. All we got was the rear wing, which we still know is fine, so we're just going to have to run it and hope. Let's see. At least the front wing's still okay there. Really don't know about that braking stability. I think I'll go there. Right, let's put the good stuff in. See how we do. And the fireworks have been a bit noisier tonight, as I thought they would be as we got closer to the weekend. Evening, Steve. Is the Murphy edition worth it? It's only an extra £5, and with that you do get some extra bits and bobs, although I haven't quite figured out how to apply those yet. I'm going to have a look at that tonight. I might have to download them, which is something I didn't think of checking.
The lap.
Or it might just be something in the settings that I need to figure out. But you do get some extra bits with the Alex Murphy edition that you don't get with the normal thing, including a digital art book, which is quite nice. It gives you a nice little bit of stuff. And so for a £5, I thought it was worth it. But that was also getting me an extra 48 hours early access with the pre-order. I don't think... I'm not so sure if it's worth the extra £5. If you're not interested in the art book, then you're basically getting an extra skin and an extra gun skin.
Nice big gap ahead. Let's go.
Oh, I wasn't even realising we were supposed to be seeing how we ran on that. Alright, let's see how does Tsunoda do. Where does he improve to? He doesn't. Well, he maybe improves his time a little bit, but he's still off.
So we are in
De Vries is probably safe. Sonoda's going to have to go again.
Copy.
Alright then, here we go. My PayPal link hasn't changed. It should still be fine. Which one are you using? Are you using the one that's on my YouTube channel?
Copy.
Clear ahead. Pick up the pace and it will be go one.
Well, that's the link on my PayPal account. I mean, I think that's the same one that's on my YouTube banner. Right, so Sonoda's improved. That's good. He's up to 12th. Reese's confidence isn't looking great. Hopefully he'll get through. Yeah, I never received anything last week, and I've not had an email through as a notification this week either. Is that the link that you were using? The one that I just posted in the chat?
There's a lot of bunching. You're good to push.
Right, we're going to get clean traffic. Oh, actually, no, we've got a McLaren coming out of the pits. It's going to pop out right in front of us. Ah, a little lift for Yuki. Neither driver improving. De Vries is now on the bubble. As Stroll finds a 10th, which he is definitely capable of. Well, there we go, yeah, Stroll immediately, as I was saying that, found a couple of 10ths. So De Vries is out. Damn it, that's a shame. And Tsunoda is through.
We are P12. This is the lap, this is the lap.
Okay.
Alright. So, we've failed a sponsor objective already, unfortunately. We didn't get both cars into Q2. And we failed that one as well. So, we have lost out on about $370,000, and we've actually had to pay out another 46 grand for failing this guarantee as well. Great. Really needed that money. Only at 91%. So not a great setup for Yuki either. It's not going well. The only link I've got is the one that I've just posted in the chat. You know, that's the only, you know, link I have. You know. I'm assuming that's the same as the one that's on my banner profile, but you know, that's direct from PayPal itself, that link. So if that's not working, then I don't know what the problem is. Oh, we've got traffic. Well, it's our opening lap, so if we're going to get traffic, getting on the first lap is probably not okay. It's probably not an issue. It's probably okay because we can go faster on the second lap, which will get us an even bigger confidence boost, ready for when we put on brand new tyres. So there we go. We've got him up to into the very high confidence category now, although it immediately starts to drop. Gee, thanks, Farah.
Straight out, track is clear. Recharge off and push.
Ah, damn it, I'm muted. Thank you.
And stop in front of the garage.
Yeah, we've got the confidence up nicely. We'll see how much better we can do with brand new tyres. At the moment we're on paper to end up 14th or 15th. Let's see what we can do here. Once again, we're going to go 2 flying laps. A little bit of clean air now. Nothing's come through, Rossi.
Focus on tyres and brakes.
Copy.
So we've got Lewis Hamilton behind us on track. Who's currently sitting in P3. We're not going to be challenging him tonight, that's for sure, but I'm sure he's going to appreciate a nice little tow.
Okay, track is clear. Charge off.
Evening, Victor. Oh, we've got a car coming out the pits in front. Don't block us. All right, we're through. That's the Haas out of the way. And the Aston. Or one of the Astons. I think Alonso, that was Alonso. I think Stroll is on an in lap because we are catching him. Yeah, no lift, that's good. We're up in both sectors. No, come on! Ruined our lap. We lost 2 seconds because of that. Who's that in front of us? It's an Alpine. Alright, well we should be able to get a slipstream from the Alpine. Hope we ruin that Ferrari's lap now. Yes, we did. Good.
There is Norris in front of you. Recharge off and can push.
If he does this to us again, I am going to scream. I'm so angry. Well, we know we're going to improve in the final sector. Can't go any slower than we did last time. 14th. Ferrari killed us. We could have done so much better than that. So Max will be starting on pole from the two Ferraris. Alonso in 4th, but he'll have a penalty for the main race. Now I'm assuming that's the 3-place penalty from Canada that's carried over. Unless there's a component change on top of that. So wherever he finishes in the sprint, take at least 10 places off that, and that's where he'll be starting. And we are going to be 14th and 16th. That's not fantastic, but hopefully we can make some progress forward in the sprint, and then that'll set us up nicely for the chance of points in the main race. Right, we've got practice 2 now, and we've got the potential for rain. Let's go back to the crappy parts. Go. We've got a 94% in the end. That's not too bad for DeVries. Better than Yuki's setup. And I can't really improve that without breaking other stuff. So that's staying where it is. Let's send them to the track. Evening, Derek.
Green, green, green. A bit less curb.
Copy that.
We need to cool the car.
Copy.
Rain still coming.
Copy that.
Rain's picked up.
Copy that.
Aaron says I might have got top 10 if I hadn't got held up. I don't know about that, but I certainly would have done better than 14th. Yeah, I don't know what the issue is, Rossi. Right, let's see if we can make the best of a bad situation with our prep this weekend by getting at least track knowledge up as much as we can. I did consider staying on the hard tyres, but we would lose so much time per lap that I figured it would just be quicker to just run like this. At least then we might have a chance of actually not missing out too badly. Looks like the weather's dropping again, so let's call them back in.
Copy.
I probably should have just stayed on the hards.
Rain risk is receding.
Copy that.
I agree.
Well, yeah, I've said that. We ran for nearly 15 minutes on those wets, so... Just a few minutes left. Our track knowledge is piss poor. This is not going to be great for our starting confidence levels. I should have just kept them out on the dries. Chanced it.
Check reflect, check reflect.
Didn't even get close to 90 in the end. It's disappointing. But let's see if we can move forwards in the sprint.
This weekend, it's something a little bit different, as the Grand Prix grid is decided by more racing in today's eagerly anticipated sprint. The action is set to be fast and furious in this one, with each driver well aware that a good performance will secure themselves a strong place on the grid.
Of course, when it comes to a sprint, it's not just about setting the grid for the Grand Prix. The drivers will be fighting hard to gain valuable championship points.
So who will reach the peak and who has a mountain to climb here at the Austrian Sprint?
Alright, so there's a good chance we're going to get some rain in the sprints, and we are at the end. I don't think it's going to be wet enough. I think it'll be fine if we stay on these dry tyres. There we go. I am going to put an extra lap of fuel in. Evening, Sarada. And let's send them to the grid.
We're ready for 24 laps around the Red Bull Ring in what should be a great sprint.
Drivers certainly don't shy away from overtaking on this circuit, meaning we should be in for a hotly contested competition here in Austria.
But just who comes out on top when the checkered flag flies? Here in Austria, we're all ready to go for the sprint. It's lights out and away we go.
We leave it to you.
Okay.
Oh, was that contact for De Vries?
You okay?
We've got a yellow flag here. So here we go, heading into turn one. And you can see how tight it is.
Oh, it was,
Cars
yeah,
coming
contact with the
together
Williams.
Right there. An unfortunate moment, yes, but as any driver will know,
That might
this
be our
is
fault.
an unforgiving sport.
Although it said Logan on the name, so that suggests it might be Logan's fault. We did kind of squeeze him off the track a little bit there. Tsunoda was fastest in the first sector. Oh, looking at a double overtake, he gets Norris. Oh, god damn it, De Vries. Yeah, that's it. He's done. I'm replacing him. Look at his tyres. God's sake.
Look after front tyres.
It's taken nearly 20% out of those tyres from mistakes.
So it's P13, 1-3.
Reese is getting sacked. Liam Lawson will be representing us in the next race. Run out of patience with Nick De Vries.
Good job.
Even in myself.
Charge on.
Careful on the energy.
Copy.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
That's another good attempt, but just I wasn't quick enough to get the deployment down there.
Charge on.
Copy.
Dropping off a little bit now. Let's try and up that pace again.
Now we can push one step more on tires, Yuki.
Copy.
Use deploy as much as you can.
Copy.
Ocon's got through against Stroll. Yeah, I could see that was coming. And we didn't even get the DRS either. Ah, nuts.
Keep pushing. Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
Evening, ELR.
We need to protect the front tires.
Copy.
Charge off now, charge off now.
It's all going wrong this weekend. Brees isn't even closing on Sargent. I mean, well, they're lapping at Joe's pace, but he's not even lapping at that pace. We're falling backwards again. Here comes Norris. Can we at least hold Norris off? No, is the answer.
Charge on.
Copy.
You can back up a bit.
Yeah, copy that.
Can you guess whose game this is, as well as Jim? We're talking about F1. No. No idea. Too busy trying to concentrate on racing. Alright, looks like De Vries is slowly starting to edge back onto the cars in front of him. He'll have to drop his tyre pace down, otherwise he's not going to make it to the end. A little bit of battery off Norris, but I do need to get past him pretty quickly, if at all possible. To try and make that move now.
Copy.
Coming out of turn 4.
You can push harder.
Okay.
Well, going into turn 4. There we go, straight through and immediately onto the back of Magnussen. That's good.
Last one.
Good job, Yuki. Charge on. Charge on.
And that bonus lap of fuel has gone already.
Copy.
Didn't take long.
Slow down.
Yeah, copy.
Lift now.
Copy.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Yeah, copy.
Missed out again. Damn it. And now I'm putting myself under pressure
Recharge
from
on.
Norris again.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Maybe just take it easy on the straight.
Yeah, I'm struggling to see the relationship between a wrestler and Tsunoda, and then a video game. Close to contact there. We've dropped off again. We're going to have to push again.
Use deploy. Use deploy.
Copy.
Tsunoda woes. How's that his catchphrase? I mean, I've seen a few LA Knight promos. I knew him when he was in TNA and in the NWA before he moved to WWE. But where was the clue? I know, yeah, it's his catchphrase, but where was the clue? You said, can you guess whose game this is? And then you said Tsunoda Wodes, which was about the game, you know, about this race. But you didn't say what the clue was. Derek guessed it before you even said. Where was the clue?
No DRS available. No DRS available.
Top 10.
Recharge on. Recharge on.
Copy.
A small lift off to end the tires.
Copy.
So, back to the race. In 13th, so we've made one place from where we're qualifying. Just can't seem to get close enough to the back of Magnussen and Stroll, etc. Unless I really push the tyres and the fuel, I don't have any battery to do it.
Copy.
Oh, De Vries has actually caught someone up. Okay, let's see if we can start moving him forward.
Energy is available.
Copy.
We can push a bit more.
Affirm.
Right, so finally past Joe. See if we can push on to Sargent. Tsunoda back in range of Magnussen.
You can lift off to avoid instability.
Can I stay with him this time long enough to try and get a little bit of battery back in the car? Got a yellow flag and oh, hello VSC. Well, at least we can make those tyres last. For De Vries.
Slow now.
Copy that.
So, what happened?
Vehicle safety car.
Oh, Alonso's out.
Follow the reference.
Oh, Alonso is starting at the back of the grid in the next race. Nothing is original and unique in wrestling. It's all been done before. And a lot of stuff beats the Attitude Era. Attitude Era was Crash TV. It was fun and exciting, but it did more damage to the wrestling business than, you know, almost anything apart from the death of the territories. Sergeant Fox, he did. He went to brand new softs. I was wondering why he was suddenly 19 seconds off the back. Right, 10 laps to go. Rain is still on the way, but it's just going to be a little dribble at the end. So we are on these tyres to the end. We can at least get Debris back into 16, so he'll carry on where he left off, basically.
Virtual safety car ending.
Copy.
Tyre conditions good, we can push a bit more.
Copy.
DRS reboot. Now we can push one step more on tires.
Okay.
Automatic button.
Yeah.
Stay in range.
We can push one more step on tires.
Copy.
We can just focus on charging.
I just can't quite get in range. It's all I can do to hang on to, to keep Hulkenberg behind me at the moment.
Energy's good.
Copy.
Come on, close the gap. Oh, that's a big off behind us.
Back up.
Copy that.
Hulkenberg ran very wide there.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
Nico Hulkenberg there. Oh, we've seen a few go off the track there. And they might want to take a look at the floor of the car there because that won't do it any good.
And that's going to put him under immediate pressure from Norris.
Recharge on.
We're just not making any ground here.
Rain's still coming.
Yeah, copy that.
You can use energy.
Yes.
Come on, before I run out of tyres, please. This could be an incredibly frustrating actual race after the sprint here. I've got nothing left. I can't push any harder than this. I've got no battery to deploy. Evening, Daniel. Just be careful, Sarada might cream his pants now that someone called Knight has joined the chat. I haven't watched the quali now.
No energy.
Copy.
Bring the pack up.
Copy that.
Overtake button.
Copy.
Last thing I want is Norris getting in striking distance. And once again, our tyres have started overheating, and all of a sudden, we've just massively dropped off the pace.
Back off, back off.
Yeah.
And some drop of rain.
Yeah, copy.
And I'm out of battery again. Oh.
And now we go recharge on.
Copy.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
Right, we're down to just a couple of laps left, so we can put him onto normal burn now.
We can push more.
Copy.
12th is going to be the best we can do in the sprint. Just haven't got the pace to stay with Magnussen and Stroll.
Anti-deploy when you can.
Okay.
So let's push.
Yeah, copy.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
3 laps to go. We can push one step more.
Copy.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
We need more liftoff.
Copy.
Use and deploy when you can.
Copy.
2 laps to go, Yuki. 2 laps to go. Okay, we charge on, recharge on.
Okay.
Use deploy as much as you can.
Copy.
Last lap.
Yuki, lift off turn 3 to avoid instability.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Checker flag.
Save fuel.
Copy that.
So that's checkered flags.
A bad day for Nick de Vries as he comes away from the sprint without any points.
They'll be asking questions of themselves following that performance.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
4 years on from the circuit being renamed to the Red Bull Ring, Max Verstappen became the first driver to bring an eponymous car to victory here in 2018. And the weather today is sunny. These are ideal conditions for the drivers to shine.
And Austria is always full of surprises, so who knows what lies in store here at the Red Bull Ring.
Right then, let's see if we can do better in the race. We gained 2 places with Yuki, so we're up from 14th to 12th. So Nick de Vries, we managed to get him back to where he started, which was 16th. But, you know, yeah, he's gone at the end of this race. We still have a chance with Tsunoda to get some points this weekend. Let's see what the weather's going to do in the main race, because it is going to be wet here as well. And again, it's going to be a dribbly nothingness for quite a while. So I'm going to go soft. And then mediums at the end with a view to maybe switching onto inters. Maybe staying out. Let's have a look. How does that look? That looks about right. Let's do the same with Yuki. There we go. Right, fingers crossed our drivers don't do something stupid. We can sneak de Vries up the order a little bit. That'd be an okay way for him to sign off his stint with the team. But hopefully we can get points with Yuki. Let's send them to the starting grid.
Here among the Austrian mountains, the grid is now set for the 71 laps of the Red Bull Ring. And Alex Albon will know just what kind of drive will be expected of him here.
They start this race in P9, eager to fight for a place in the points.
Here we go. It's time to go racing. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out And away we go.
Overtake, go, come on.
Yeah, copy that.
Got to get up inside Piastri quickly because he's on hards. In fact, there's quite a few guys on hard tyres. So, 15th place. Let's see, Sonoda is chasing. Wow, there's no one on mediums. Got a few on softs, a lot of people on hard tyres. Shall I give you a list of drivers at the end of the screen? No, because we're going to be promoting Lawson, and I'm not quite sure, but I'm probably going to be picking one of the drivers that we've already scouted to replace Lawson as reserve driver. Oh, what a double overtake from De Vries. Where did that come from?
We need recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
And slow down, Lucas, slow down.
Copy.
Save fuel.
Lift off, save fuel.
Copy.
He's trying to keep his drive. Well, it's too little too late.
DRS enabled. P13. R10 Sonoda. Behind Hulkenberg.
That's the best thing he's done. Yeah, I think that's the best thing he's done all year.
Charge.
But it's just one of those weird quirks on this circuit where, you know, a driver can just come from an absolute mile back on the run up to turn 3 here.
Charge on.
Copy.
Let's push now, the tires is good.
Copy.
Use the
Don't want to drop off
the
Magnussen again like I did last time.
Copy.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Stay close to the cars in front.
Use energy.
There's a bring De Vries along with us. We're going to push hard like this.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
We need to do lift off.
Okay.
Push on your front now. So slow now.
Again, it's just not having that little bit of battery where we need it in the end of the lap. causing us to drop out of range again. Were we able to close up under braking? No, we weren't. I'm back in this point where I've got to keep pushing again just to try and stay in the DRS. It's so frustrating.
Stay close to the car in front.
Come on, stay in range. It's lacking that little bit of speed. I can't keep this up for long, or else I'm going to destroy these tyres and burn up too much fuel. I need to start thinking about fuel saving at some point.
Okay.
Focus on bringing the pack back up. Use energy.
Use anti-deploy.
Alright, there we go. We're in range. Can we stay in range for a bit?
Push a bit more.
Lift off to avoid instability.
Okay.
They'll come to us. No saving required.
Trying to get debris back onto Sonoda and away from Hulkenberg. I think I just about managed it there. Yes, I did. Excellent.
Use anti-deploy as much as you can.
Delta.
Right. Now let's see if we can actually get some battery in the cars.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
What worries me is that we're barely hanging on to cars that are on hard tyres, which means they're not going to need to stop when that, at least, if we're lucky, they might stop right before the rain comes.
Charge off when you want.
Again, look, this is where we're losing all that time. It's dropping us out of the window. I think that's partly the dirty air, because our car is terrible in the dirty air. I think I'm just going to have to trickle charge the battery. I don't think I can get away with trying to do harvest, or at least not past turn 4 anyway.
Okay.
Charge on, charge on.
Okay.
Bring the pack up.
So Perez has broken free. Well, no, he hasn't broken free. He's bringing Verstappen along for the ride. So this is giving Max another victory. Hamilton has got clear of the Ferraris. Oh, no, he hasn't even managed that. He's bringing the Ferraris along as well. The soft tyres are dragging the hard tyre runners along here. And they're not really working for us. But then the mediums weren't working in the sprint, so... yeah, I think it's just a sad fact of where our car is. Definitely got a chance of points with Tsunoda if we can play this right, but the longer we struggle to stay with hard tyre runners, the worse that chance gets. We may need a little help. We've got to worry about Alonso coming through from the back of the grid as well. He's already up to 15th, and in the DRS of Hulkenberg, he's just 2 seconds behind us. There is Alonso just appearing on your screen there. Alright. This clearly isn't working. We're going to let De Vries try and get his way through. Because Alonso is coming. And I think Tsunoda's probably got more pace, less pace at the moment, seeing as his confidence isn't as high. And there goes Alonso.
You've got energy. I can. Race is longer. Keep focus. Recharge on.
So Albon's in the pits already. That's an early stop. He's obviously decided those softs need to go. What's he putting on?
Recharge.
More softs.
Coffee.
That's early. Go back onto softs again. Very early for a new set of softs.
overtake button.
Copy.
See the difference driver confidence makes. It's unreal. De Vries is driving like Tsunoda in this race, and Tsunoda's driving like De Vries, just going backwards.
No energy.
Oh, and I forgot to switch the ERS modules on De Vries' car. Never mind. Something can be done about it now. I still can't get close to Alonso. Hulkenberg is lurking. Second I run out of battery. I'm toast.
We need to push harder on tires, they are looking good now.
Okay.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Come on,
Stay
Yuki.
close to the cars in front. So we need one step more.
I'm going to have to let Hulkenberg get me and try and hang on to him, I think. Oh, this is going to be such a painful afternoon. I'm amazed De Vries is still hanging on, but I mean his confidence is just dipped down a peak now, but I think it's the only thing that's kept him competitive. He's running out of pace now.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy. Wow.
Do what you can.
We're looking at around lap 45 as the crossover. I think I might have to put Yuki onto a set of mediums. You answered your own question there, Sir Adam.
push 2 steps harder.
Copy.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
Alright,
You
let's
can
concentrate
lift
on
off to
fuel
avoid
saving.
instability.
Right, Perez is getting off his softs.
Lift and coast 12.
Copy.
And charge on, charge on.
At least we're frustrating Hulkenberg here. Oh, why do I get the feeling LA Knight's about to join the chat?
What are we doing?
Don't worry, keep focus. Box, Yuki box.
Copy.
Box.
Copy, box.
Alright, here we go. Pit stop for Sonoda.
Okay, copy.
Box.
2.7. It's not a great stop. It's clean, but it's not quick.
We are fighting cars out of the pits.
But at least we're going to get a quick overtake on Bottas. Magnussen has screwed up.
So let's take a look at the replay. Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4.
He's gone in the gravel.
Struggling with the car, and they'll need to be mindful of the effect that that had on the tyres.
So we need to back off.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Yeah.
We actually
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
went flying past Magnussen. He dropped way down the order.
In the pit lane.
Copy.
Right, let's have a good stop for De Vries. Yeah, 2.7. It's not great, but it'll do.
Caution 1 on exit. Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
It ain't a surprise anymore. That's probably because I called it before it happened.
Slow down.
Copy.
Just take it easy in the fast corners.
Yeah,
Okay, deployment should be good.
copy.
Right, moving past Bottas on this next lap. Someone's had a wobble. That is a Ferrari, I think. Nope, that's not his show.
Charge off.
Copy.
Bye-bye, Bottas. Nope. Ah, did we just give Bottas the DRS? We did. He's going to hold on. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, I don't like it when our cars are this close. Bad things happen.
Keep pushing. No saving required.
Copy.
Push the tyres now.
Yeah, copy that.
On tires, we are good to push one step more.
Yeah, copy.
Right, so De Vries is through. Time to hunt down Sargent. Yuki should get him here. And Yuki has gone off.
Okay.
God damn it. Yes, Yuki. Fuck's sake.
Keep pushing.
And now Yuki's tyres are nerfed.
A small lift off to the tires.
Yeah.
Ah, I wish I could just replace both of these two. But we have to sign Piastri when we get the chance. That is part of this series, you know, objectives. Got to make Piastri a world champion. There we go. The race is back to maximum confidence again. The rain has started to fall, but it was, yeah, it's still looking like it's not going to be a switchover point till around lap 45. We've still got another 19 laps to go, give or take the odd lap.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Okay.
think any hope we had of points has long since gone in this race, unless we get some kind of divine intervention.
Charge on.
Copy.
Drop Bottas finally. Starting to hunt down Sargent. That's his confidence back up to above starting level thanks to the overtake. That's something.
Use energy.
Am I streaming any Robocop tonight? Yes, I am.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Meanwhile, our Sir Ardub is seemingly enjoying himself, arguing with himself.
No energy bottom of the pack.
Overtake button.
Yeah, copy.
Now we can push one step more on tires, Yuki.
Copy.
Pick up the pace.
Recharge on.
Yeah, copy.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
Anti-deploy when you can.
Copy. The shroud locking is very, very bad.
You can keep pushing.
What the f I'm doing?
Keep pushing.
And energy is available.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Just keep cruising up to.
Let's push.
Copy.
We can just focus on charging the pack. Box.
Copy, box.
Box now for new inter.
Box.
Copy.
Okay, we box for inter. And charge on.
Okay.
Yes, I am muted.
Agree.
Or I was.
Understood, okay.
Obviously not now. Sucks to be Max Verstappen getting held up as two cars slowly trundle down the pit lane. That's a good stop. 2.3 seconds. I'll have some of that. Oh, it was a bad stop for Sargent as well. It's a really bad stop for Sargent. We just got the fastest stop. Woo! And we got a yellow flag. What's that for? It's not for Yuki, for a change.
Charge on.
Okay.
Oh, Albon making a mistake. Not a big one.
Focus on bringing the pack back up. Magnussen has now stopped.
Dip it, mate.
Box slippy.
Yeah, A firm.
Every time they say box slippy, I can't help but think of Born Slippy. 2.5. It's not a bad stop. Better than his first one.
Watch the pit exit line.
We can put a bit of energy on tires.
Okay.
Back off.
Alright, 4 seconds off the back of Piastri, but we should be able to hunt him down pretty quickly here. Anyone else left to stop? Perez and Hamilton and Gasly still yet to stop. We've got Joe and Stroll in the pit lane right now. Perez boxes. So Tsunoda's going to unlap himself briefly. Hamilton stayed out. That is the wrong move. He should have boxed. Taking the second out of Piastri, so we are closing him down, but I think we're losing time to Magnussen. Yeah, looks like. Actually, no, that was our outlaps, so maybe. Maybe not. Right, Hamilton finally boxes, so that's Tsunoda unlapped, although Leclerc is not that far behind. There he is, just coming into the top of the screen. And De Vries has lost all of his pace, despite being in peak confidence. 1:12.9, that's an abysmal lap. One, it's a bit of an improvement. He's still a second slower than Magnussen. Great lap for Yuki either. Got some battery, might have to use it before we run out of the opportunity to use DRS.
Use deploy as much as you can.
Okay.
Actually, Max is in. Yeah, Sonoda's already lapped. Max is ahead of us on track. Didn't even notice that one. Speaking of Max, that is him just appearing there in the background. Yuki is almost on Piastri. Got maybe one more lap, I think, before the DRS gets deactivated. Maybe two at most.
Back off, back off, back off.
Copy.
Recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
And use anti-deploy.
Copy.
Back off now.
Alright, got to get this move done on this lap, but I want to try and get some battery out of it as well.
Recharge on.
Copy.
There we go, that's the move. Clean run out of the corner, get the DRS, and away we go.
Lift off turn 3 to avoid instability.
Copy.
DRS still in effect. I've got to be careful Piastri doesn't jump us back here. Come on, change. Change to a wet track. And that DRS switched off now. It's still active. The one's got to go blue before it becomes damp. Right, the Breeze has been lapped now.
Yeah.
And still the DRS is on. There we go. Whew, that's the pressure off. Now we've got the chance to actually pull away from Piastri and not drag him along with us. Night, R-Dub. There we go. So we have got more pace than Piastri, but not by much. We have been able to get that gap up to over a second, just. And now he has to lift because he's getting lapped by Leclerc. Perez is right behind him as well, so he's going to have to lift again in this next corner. Perez is through. And it is these tyres until the end now, by the look of it.
Can push one step more.
Okay.
I'm still half expecting to see Alex Murphy pop up in the Robocop stream tonight. Asking why I fired his favourite driver. Alright, I've got to pull over Perez. But at least we get past Joe first. Oh wow, Joe held up Perez a bit there. It's a no commentary stream, so I won't even acknowledge it. And there we go, we move over to let Perez through. And in the background you can see Sainz and Hamilton getting past Piastri. So we've got them coming up on us soon as well. De Vries is just going backwards. We are closing on Norris, but we're 12 seconds behind him.
Energy.
Let's have another little squirt of battery. See if we can close that gap a bit. So notice tyres are overheating again. Got to be careful with the tyres. Don't want to burn them up too quickly.
Okay.
Need to stop pushing them on the fuel for a couple of laps as well.
We need more lift off.
Okay.
Ooh, who has gone wide? No, it's Alonso. He's been
Let's
struggling
take
this
a
weekend
closer
as
look.
well.
Keep watching Alonso with this one. And nearly, just running wide.
That'll
Perhaps
cost
a
him
little
a good 1.5 to 2 seconds.
focus on getting the pack up.
Copy that.
Stoner's been kind of keeping pace with Perez, which is kind of good. Just lost a little step since we eased off the fuel and tyres, but still not that far behind him on track. He is also lapping faster than Norris, so we're still in with a chance. If we can keep that pace advantage over Norris, we've still got a chance of getting both cars in the top 15 to keep the sponsors happy. It's about the only thing we've got going for us in this race at the moment. Very slow, gradual chasing down of Lando. With Yuki though is that he's going to keep getting pulled over to let faster cars through. It's just going to hurt him.
Use and deploy when you can.
Copy.
Alright, well, Max has just about caught up to Norris now, so he's going to get pulled over in a second. Hopefully it'll be in a place where he's going to lose quite a bit of speed. That will have hurt him a bit. Sainz is getting close. Leclerc and Perez are almost on the back of the grease as well. Fill up his tyres again now that they've cooled down.
Pace.
Copy.
Charge on, charge on.
Copy.
Right, as long as they get us both at the same time, that'll minimise our time loss here. Who knows, if we can stay with them.
Use energy now.
Copy that.
Worse for Yuki because Hamilton and Sainz are not together on track, so we're going to have to lift, let Sainz through. As we start to get back up to speed, we're going to have to lift and let Hamilton through.
How do you feel the conditions are?
It's not going to stay dry enough for long enough, I don't think, to take that gamble.
Bring the pack up.
Copy that.
Reese is kind of hanging on to the back of Perez. What a 9.8. It's considerably faster than Norris.
We need to protect the front tires.
Copy.
I didn't even think, of course, DRS is active again because the rain has dipped slightly. This is good. If we can get some DRS off of Lewis, that will help pull us along a little bit. Only a couple of tenths on Norris on that last lap.
You can push harder.
Okay.
Still lapping a few tenths faster than Norris. It's not enough at this stage. Yuki's gaining good ground though, thanks to that little toe that we were getting for a while. We're out of range now. We had a good 2 laps of DRS towing there, off the back of Hamilton's Mercedes. And we've got a yellow flag. It's Magnussen. Doesn't help us.
And if we watch Magnussen, that's... oh no, that's not quite what they would have wanted.
Back off.
Copy.
Lift and coast.
Copy.
Lift off, save fuel.
Copy.
God, I just need one car in front of me to retire or have a massive accident. Thought I could sustain it, I would box right now for softs, and I don't think I could lap anywhere near fast enough to make up the time I'm going to lose for the pit stop.
Crash ahead,
Oh,
crash ahead,
oh.
crash ahead.
Got a crash.
This is debris for a front wing, it shouldn't be too long.
Who is it? It's Russell and Joe. Oh, that's a big crash.
Okay, plenty of space.
And while all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but watch on.
Well, that unfortunately still doesn't help us. Let's see, how bad is the damage to Russell's car? He's missing a chunk of his front wing. Yeah, he's going to have to box, I think. He's going to be losing so much downforce through those corners. How far ahead is he? Yeah, far enough. He's staying out. Oh, now this makes things interesting. He does not have a replacement wing. He's okay at the moment because he's in DRS, but if that DRS, if he gets dropped, Georgie boy might end up dropping out of the points. What the hell happened to De Vries? Where's his pace gone all of a sudden? And Yuki's has dropped off. It's this goddamn adaptability rating. Always seems to affect our drivers a lot more than it affects the AI. It's really frustrating. Oh god, we nearly had a collision with Hamilton. It came to an almost complete stop there, letting him through as well. It's going to get Tsunoda on the back of De Vries. It's cost us more time than Norris. Track is coming back to us now, slowly. What tyres did Bottas go on to? He went on to fresh inters. Yeah, that makes sense. Another yellow flag. That's Perez.
Now this is Sergio Perez. Well, things are okay at this stage.
This actually does help us because
by that point it was just too
Norris
late.
goes back through and unlaps himself, so he's going to get lapped by Perez again. That's going to cause him to slow down again. And there's now 3 cars coming after him. You know, Perez, Hamilton and Sainz. That's going to really slow him down. We've already been passed by those guys. We could find ourselves on the back of him pretty quickly here in a few laps' time.
You're good to push on the tyres.
Copy.
Okay, we can push one more step on tyres.
Copy.
No saving required.
Yeah, exactly.
Russell is still hanging on to the back of Stroll. How is he able to keep that pace up with half his front wing missing? He should be so slow through the middle of sector 2 through to the end of the lap.
automatic button.
Copy.
Right, that's one car through. Two more coming. Oh, Hamilton did get ahead of sights as well. Managed to use that DRS to get that move done. It's about to switch off just as I was getting Sonoda in range to have a pop at De Vries. Yep, there we go, it's switched off.
Charge on.
Okay.
Use everything.
A firm.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Yeah, copy that.
Hey, Jeremy! Long time no see.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
Lift off to avoid instability.
Copy.
We need lift and coast.
Copy.
What does the don't pause for team dilemmas do? You know how it pauses for, you know, this is your ultimate pit lap? Yeah, that basically.
So we need to back off.
Copy.
Okay, Norris has been lapped by everybody now. It's now down to whether we can catch him. We are running out of laps. And he's 5 seconds ahead of us. We need to get both cars through.
Push.
Copy.
We can push one more step on tires.
Copy.
No, Jeremy. No spoilers, please. Haven't seen anything yet.
Stay close to the car in front.
We're not closing fast enough. Damn it, we're going to miss out on yet another sponsor objective. This weekend's going to cost us money. Playing Robocop until midnight. No. I started playing Robocop at midnight. One night I finished at like 5 a.m. I did 5.25 hours one night. I did about just under 2 hours on Wednesday night, and then last night I did about 3.5 hours. Oh, midnight your time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm streaming again tonight after this. Going to take a little break, and then I'll be back on with a no commentary stream on Robo.
Six to go.
Yeah, we're only closing by 0.4 a lap. I think another 10 laps at this pace.
Use energy.
Copy.
Get the tyres down now.
Copy that.
It's another Black Forest bungle.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
5 to go.
Recharge on now.
Copy.
Oh, great. Alonso's coming up to lap me. Tell it's Alonso because the huge trail of sparks that are coming off the back of his car.
Four laps to go.
flying like a rocket. We're not going to do it.
Three to go.
Copy that.
We're not even closing now. Reggie's lapping slower. Oh, God's sake. At least we're not getting lapped by Alonso. Oh no, we are. Yeah, damn it.
We need to do lift off.
Go.
Do split the coast.
Yeah, copy that.
Back off then.
Copy.
You can lift off turn 3 to avoid instability.
Okay.
So we need one step
What an utter disaster of a race weekend. We worked so hard to get a rear wing with a much improved DRS for two circuits where DRS was going to be hugely important, and it rained both pissing weekends. So we got no DRS benefit for the vast majority of those races, and we failed every single sponsor objective here.
Let's check his flag. That's P15.
Apart from the quali streak. At least we kept the quali streak alive, but all the money we made from that has gone to pay for the ones that we failed.
That's it.
I just want to get out of this race now.
Now isn't that...
What a disaster. I'm not even going to look. Let's see how we did on the pit stops. Oh, well, you got the fastest 2 pit stops. Well, we got something out of this weekend, I suppose. That jumps us up to 3rd in the standings. Whoa, nice. Very nice. So, we got the finish position streak, performance guarantees, we got the quali streak. How did we get the finish position streak? That was the first... I don't understand. Unless it's counting the sprint result. But even then we didn't finish with 2 in the top 50. I'm not gonna question it. We just got an extra 500 grand that I wasn't expecting. So, we lost out 100 grand on failed objectives there, but we did get the quali streak for 5 races completed. So we actually ended up with a lot more money than I was half expecting to get tonight. I'll take it. But all in all, a pretty disastrous race for us there. Not good at all. Car inspection results. Suspension has failed on Yuki's car. We'll have to replace that. Oh. Yeah, I completely forgot we had that. It doesn't look like it affected us because we didn't get a double penalty, really. See, this one never works. I've never had this one work. I'm just going to deny it next time. There's no point until they patch something and say that it's definitely been fixed. Got a board review coming up in a month. Current performance of our car on the grid is not great. Financial report is in. Ooh, we got 10 mil. Nice, we can afford to buy some engines. There we go. There goes all our money. Let's swap out this suspension. There we go. So we still have a spare. We've got 4 days until Silverstone. Let's have a look. June in Formula 1. Mercedes have upgraded their wind tunnel. Aston Martin say it could be going better. Well, they're doing all right. They're third in the constructors. Alonso's fourth in the drivers. That's not too bad. Driver development updates. So, let's see. How did they improve this month? Braking improved for De Vries. Control improved for Yuki. Could have fooled me. Smoothness improved and his accuracy improved. And De Vries' defending went up 2 points. Let's have a look at Liam Lawson. His cornering went up a point. He gained 2 points on smoothness and a point on adaptability. Okay. Let's sort out our pit crew for the next month. So, this is where we are right now. I am not doing any training until Silverstone. We are going to have a mistake at Silverstone. That is pretty much a given, I think. And then beyond that, we are going to get some stat degradation before we get to Hungary. So we need to start working on that. Try and squeeze in a little bit more before the Grand Prix weekend. Yeah, we can get away with that, just. And then it's Spa. And then it's our mid-season break. There we go. So, mid-season break. There we go. That's our pit crew training for this calendar month. Right, we're going to get rid of De Vries. It's just a question of whether we do get rid of him before Silverstone. We've got our scouts back. So, Oscar still not interested. Let's see. Let's scout Isaac. And scout Enzo. I could have sworn we started scouting Enzo last time out. Apparently not. You know what? Let's have a look at Logan as well. Really set myself up for failure here. And we'll do a quick scout on Crawford as well. Alright. So we'll wait 10 days. We'll wait till after Silverstone. We'll get our scout reports back then, and then that may be it for De Vries. He might not make it to Hungary. But he will have one more race at Silverstone. He better not let me down. Alright, spare side pods. Need another chassis and another suspension. I think we're working on the chassis right now, isn't it? Oh, side pods we're developing at the moment. Okay. 27 days. They'll be ready for Zandvoort, but not before. Take a look at the boards, see what they thought of the last race. They were satisfied. Well, I wasn't. So they're still on high confidence. We're still in 7th place in the constructors, so we are on target to beat our season objective. We're nowhere near our long-term objective, and I wouldn't expect to get that this year anyway. But yeah, this is turning into quite a tough first season. Let's have a look as well, see how we're doing with research against the regulation changes for next year. So, we haven't done any chassis research because that is not affected. So whatever we do with development this season will carry over to next with no penalties. Front wing is going to take a hit. As you can see, we haven't done a front wing project yet. We've got one going through at the moment. Rear wing, same. Side pods, again, they're not being affected next year, so we haven't done any research on those. We have done underfloor, though, and you can see that we have a bit of work to do yet. We've got about halfway there with the low speed to negate the changes. We need to treble our output on our medium wing, and our high speed needs to quadruple, and then a bit more as well. So a fair bit of work to do there. We have gained a bit of downforce, a bit of airflow sensitivity and drag reduction for next year. And with suspension, again, you can see we're almost a third of the way there. We're halfway there on the medium, and we're halfway there on the low speed. So we might need just one more decent suspension project to get that sorted. But if we've got hours to throw into those as well, that'll really help. Braking gets a little increase, as does airflow and drag reduction. Let's go back to our staffing. We've replaced Dan Fallows. Replaced Jody with Dan Fallows next year. Dickon is out of contract at the end of next season, so we could replace him at the end of this year, because we can buy out the final year of his contract. He's our head of aero. We have got some options. One of them was Dirk de Beer, but he is currently not interested, although that's because it's a race weekend. He is interested in a negotiation, just not right now. So is Peter? No, Peter's not interested. So I think we have to go for Dirk de Beer. He is a big step up. I know we can't get him right now. We'd have to wait till after Silverstone, but he's a big step up across the board on what we've got right now. He would really help us out next season. So we're going to highlight that and look to mark him as our primary target for next season. We can't touch Balbo, Tondi or Murphy. I don't really want to go for Alessandro. Melvin is not really that much of an improvement on Dickon. Martin Werner was another contender. he will be cheaper, but it is definitely a sacrifice in terms of cooling. If we compare him to Dirk de Beer, the only thing he's got going for him is his high-speed downforce. Everything else is worse. Some by a little, some by quite a lot. Airflow management, drag reduction are not good. Cooling is disastrous. So I think we have to, put our hand in our pocket and stump up what we need to pay for Dirk de Beer. He could be a bit of a game changer for us, along with Dan Fallows, who is a big improvement on Jody Eggington. In terms of our engineers, now I know I've got Ben Michel. We've already got him. Who was the other one I was looking at? Was it Josh? I think it was Josh that I wanted to look at. Haven't marked anyone. He would be open to a negotiation. Just obviously not on a race weekend. So he's a contender. We'll scout him out as well and look at maybe replacing Spinney with Peckett. Beyond that, next best engineer is Mark Slade, who I don't want. Don't want Chris Cronin. William Joseph is one option, but he's probably not going to be interested. Nope. McLaren staff seem to have a very negative opinion of us, which is fine. Not like I'm offended by that. So, yeah, there we go. That's the end of F1 Manager this week. Been a rough week. We had a glorious moment last night where we actually suddenly had a little glimpse of form and managed to sneak a point. But it could have been more. Monaco was a disaster. Austria was a disaster. Barcelona was a bit of a disaster. Imola wasn't too bad, but we missed out on points. Yeah, it's been a rough week. And it's not going to get much better. It really isn't. The only upgrades we're going to be bringing to the car are going to be chassis and side pods for the rest of the season, while we just work on development in terms of research for next year's car. But if we can get some good research in place this season, combined with bringing Dan Fallows and Dirk de Beer into the team to really give next year's car a bit of a turbo boost in terms of its development, we could be starting in a pretty good place next season. And then budgets will determine how competitive we can be. We're going to be getting away from the Honda engine next year as well. We're going to break ties with Red Bull completely at the end of this season, and we're probably going to go with Renault just because they're the cheapest engine. But if I can afford it, I might go for the Mercedes engine just because it's a good all-rounder engine. We're not going to go with a Ferrari engine. Yeah, I mean, it's good, but it's too expensive. It's the most expensive engine at 23 million. Renault at 20 is probably the one we're going to go with. It'll save us, I think, 1.5 million on what we're paying at the moment. Yeah, could be an interesting season next year, but we've got to get through the rest of this one first. And I can't see us scoring points without, some help from safety cars, or maybe a really, really nicely timed red flag. When everyone boxes just before we do, and then there's a red flag, and we get to hold position and change tyres. Situations like that are the only way I think we can potentially really score points now, because we're not going to be bringing out new wings, because we've got to focus on researching to cancel out the losses we're going to suffer next year. Same with the underfloor, same with the suspension. All that leaves us is the two parts we're not going to be researching, so we have to develop them to improve them, ready for next season, and that is the side pods and the chassis, and that'll help with drag reduction. It's not really going to help with downforce, and it might not help with dirty air that much either. So it's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough second half of the season. And even though we bought new engines today, we're probably going to have to do that again later in the season as well. And probably another ERS unit for at least one of our two cars. Let's have a look. We've got 1 ERS there, waiting to be used for Nick de Vries. He hasn't taken a penalty on that one yet, I don't think. But he's going to have to in the next race at Silverstone. And that's the situation for Yuki. So he needs another one. And we can't afford it for Silverstone. So, yeah, that's going to be maybe Hungary. Another penalty there. Yeah, it's going to be a rough period of time, but I'm hopeful after the winter break, after the mid-season break, maybe our engineers can have spent some time improving their pit crew. We've got a really good points haul out of the pit stop challenge. That's a big wedge of potential cash coming to us at the end of the season as well. Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So we'll see how next week goes. I will be taking a quick break, and I'll be back in half an hour to 45 minutes or so with some RoboCop. But if you don't see me for that, then I might see you over the weekend as I stream more RoboCop. Or if not, I will see you on Monday when we return with the British Grand Prix. So until then, thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager very soon.